Welcome to Sunday Night Prime Time. We'll get our first look at Matthew Stafford as a Ram, taking on a familiar foe in the Chicago Bears. It's the close of football on this opening Sunday, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Rams. So happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our sixth season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made, because last year we averaged 49.6 points per game. That's the highest ever by 3 full points.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Bears offense making their way out now for their first drive with Justin Fields, the rookie from Ohio State, at quarterback.
And just a few years after the Bears made a big move at quarterback, taking Mitchell Trubisky, they did it again this year, moving from number 20 to number 11 in the draft to select Justin Fields out of Ohio State. This offense was just 26 in total yardage last year, so they needed some production. Justin Fields, 63 touchdown passes his last 2 years at Ohio State. They're expecting him to be their guy for the future.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. With a sack.
13 and a half sacks in 2020, which tied for second in the NFL behind T.J. Watt of Pittsburgh. We're getting to that territory where we're starting to take this man for granted. Defensive Player of the Year, 3 out of the last 4 seasons in the NFL.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Fields. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Quarterback Matthew Stafford bringing out the LA offense. And Stafford, of course, all those years in Detroit, and now in his first season with Los Angeles.
And what big news it was back in January when news leaked out that Matthew Stafford was leaving Detroit and heading out west to join the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are hoping he's the missing piece to the puzzle as they seek a Super Bowl title. Over 45,000 yards passing as a Lion, but not a single playoff victory in his entire tenure. The Rams general manager has said he can envision Stafford staying 5 to 8 years, which would take him into his 40s.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Below Nichols. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. From the 50, here's Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he will have the Bears' first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. From the 39, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They run. Montgomery. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Toss left to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Fields. And oh no, it's incomplete. That's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Jackson now to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Stafford hooking up with Akers. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
You better come out next time, son. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw is Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Well, another completion there. And what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, is what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Tevin Jenkins, the second-round pick, the guilty party. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Throwing again is Fields. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Fields now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's caught. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he won't give much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
For the Rams field goal, a 54-yard attempt.
Again, knocks this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Bears now ready to take over again. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And that'll bring up second down. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. Stafford. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. On play action, Fields. Caught out left side by Robinson. 7 yards the pickup there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Now it's Fields. And a pass taken in by Newsom. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Here we go.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. He'll drop this one down to Cohen. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 26-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. First possession. possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That catch good for only a couple. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now Fields. And that is incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At that 13-yard.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's good.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Akers diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. To the air again, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. A'Shawn Robinson, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Under pressure, they got him again. Terrell Lewis in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. 3rd and long, it's Fields. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Leonard Floyd able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again on second down. Stafford. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down.
You say Khalil Mack, and offensive coordinators get very, very nervous, and there's another example of exactly why. 9 sacks in 2020. He's been named to 6 consecutive Pro Bowls and been an All-Pro in 2 of the previous 3 seasons in Chicago.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it, and boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Fields on first down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Leonard Floyd bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. And you hate to say it for the rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Fields throwing the out route incomplete. That's James. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Running for it, Montgomery. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high, because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone,
We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. Now Stafford. He's going to air it out deep for Woods.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
So a nice throw there, and CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
11 yards there, just like last play.
To throw is Fields.
The screen pass here to Cullen. Not much there, only a yard.
Again, Fields.
Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case, with his legs, he showed the defense there's an extra dynamic to his game.
On first down, Fields.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
And his throw is incomplete. That one broken up by David Long on the defensive end.
Back to throw, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Throwing after the interception. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Well, he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Fields. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle was there, but couldn't bust free. Fields now to throw. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they get the flag for pass interference. Big call there on 4th down.
But it's the right call, and as much as I want to see them play through incidental contact, he's definitely there too early.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now Fields. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception. This drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounce back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go again here with Akers. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So the LA Rams with a victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. It's going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Los Angeles, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown.